17 years ago, world-renowned chess grandmaster Kasparov played one of the most important chess games of all time. Kasparov versus the world saw thousands of people play against the grandmaster together, voting on the next move to make via online message boards. Alas, against Kasparov, the world had bitten off more than it could chew. Now, the world wants revenge, and a new grandmaster has taken up the challenge.
Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome to this very special Twitch versus Pure Chess. It's launch day of Pure Chess here, Pure Chess Grandmaster Edition on Steam and Xbox One. And so we have something a little bit special today. Let me pull this let me pull all of this text and image rubbish off the screen. And there we go, you can see us. Hi everybody, right, so, in case you don't know, I'm Mike, I'm from Ripstone. We're going to be playing some Twitch versus Pure Chess where you guys are going to get to play chess against us. Except that instead of playing against me, the chess idiot this time, we're going to be playing against somebody who actually knows how to play chess. So just over that side of the screen over there, is Simon Williams. Hi Simon, how's it going?
Yeah, very good, Mike. Very good.
So you are a grandmaster, are you not?
That's correct. Yeah, I've got the title of Grandmaster, which is I suppose the highest title except for world champion you can get in chess. So yeah, play a bit of chess basically.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, just a little bit of chess, a little bit of chess.
A little bit of chess.
I mean, yeah. I'm gonna have so many questions for you. I've got questions, and we've been getting questions on Reddit and Twitter and Twitch and everywhere. So we're gonna have lots of questions. But the number one thing we're going to be doing today is that the Twitch chat are going to be playing chess against you. Now, I've not asked you, how are you feeling about this? Are you feeling confident about this?
I don't know, Mike. It's quite a weird one, to be honest. I mean, I've never done this before. I mean, I've played a lot of chess over my life, obviously, but I've never played Vote Chess live on any server or anything. And this may well be, I don't know, world first, possibly. So
yeah.
I would say I'm feeling reasonably confident, because if I didn't feel reasonably confident, it would be a poor show.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you were like, oh, you know, I don't know, you might, yeah, that might be a bit embarrassing.
Exactly.
So for everybody who's watching, people who haven't seen us do this before, the idea is pretty simple. What's going to happen is that you guys in the chat are going to be the white pieces, and Simon is going to be the black pieces. And each turn, you are going to vote in the chat for the move that you want to make next. Now, I'm going to explain all of this in detail very soon, so don't worry, I'm not just going to drop you in the deep end here. But the idea is we're just going to go back and forth, so you're all going to vote, then the move that's voted for the most will happen, and then Simon will get to think about his move. I'll try and distract him a lot with questions and the like, just to make it a little bit easier for you. And then we'll see how this goes. I have no idea how this is going to go, so I'm kind of excited. Now, if Simon wins twice, and wins considerably, and it just doesn't look great for you guys. We've already discussed that essentially Simon is going to, for the third game, he's going to blindfold himself.
I remember suggesting this, and I think it was actually after a couple of drinks down the pub.
Yeah,
it sounded like a great idea, and I'm now thinking, am I going to do this? Yeah, we're going to do this, Mike. We're going to give it a roll.
So explain to me how that's going to work. So are you essentially going to visualize the board in your head, and then I'm going to tell you the moves that they make, and you're just going to remember the board?
That's the idea. I mean, I haven't actually got a blindfold on me, but I've got a couple of t-shirts, and I'm gonna, if I win the first couple of games, so this is the main thing I've got to aim for.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the t-shirts over my head, so I can't see anything, or I can look the other way. I can look at the wall, so you know I'm not cheating. and the idea will be for you to call the moves out. I visualize the board in my head and see how I get on. But let's see how it goes, Mike.
Yeah.
You've got to win the first couple of games.
I
first.
mean, this will be very interesting. I am extremely excited to see how this goes. So, I mean, should we just crack on? Should we just do this? Let's get this going.
Let's do it. Let's rock and
So,
roll.
what I need to do is I need to set the Twitch as the white pieces. We're gonna go with a Staunton set to begin with. Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit later. What do you reckon? Which do you like? I like the. I'm gonna go stone pieces.
Okay, something traditional sounds, is good for me.
Exactly.
But I'll let you rock and roll. So, yeah. And we're playing in a museum.
We're playing in a museum. Have you
Oh,
ever
lovely.
played chess in a museum, Simon?
I have actually. You know what? I know you guys are based in Liverpool. I played in a museum in Liverpool in the European Championships. There you go, Mike.
No
I've
way.
already done it. I've already done it with the dinosaurs around me.
The synergy in that link then was incredible. I loved it. Right, so here's what's going to happen, okay? I'm going to put some instructions up on the screen now for the people who are watching. There's a lot of people who are going to be watching who already know how to play this, right? Because they've been watching all the streams. But just for the new people, here's how this is going to work, okay? I have this bot thing. Now, let me make sure that the bot thing is with bot thing. Are you working? Let's see. It looks like the bot thing is working. That's great. I should probably stop calling it bot thing and make it sound more professional. Incredibly developed bot. Anyway, it's going to ask you to do moves in a second, okay? And this is how you're going to do your move. You are going to type into the chat the space of the piece you want to move and then the space where you want to move it to. It's as simple as that, okay? So for example, if you want to move this piece here at D2, if you want to move it 2 spaces forward to D4, you just type into the chat. Once the bot starts asking you to, I can see people already typing in moves. Have we not started yet, guys? Calm yourself.
You got some eager guys there. I'm a bit
I
worried
know.
here.
I know.
People are about to take off and we haven't even started.
This is crazy. So what you're gonna have to do once the pure chess bot starts talking to you, I want you to do exactly what all those people are doing there. Just type in space and then the next space, okay? And it's as simple as that. And then the bot is going to tally the votes, and whichever is the move that has been voted for the most, that will happen. And it's as simple as that. Now,
Mike, before we start, I've got a quick
Yes.
question for you because you've been
Sure.
playing against the viewers over the last week.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm a tad nervous, which is good.
I feel like
Now-
you should be, yeah.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. How nervous should I be? Should I literally be terrified? Or should I just be, it'll be okay? Are these guys good?
So what has been happening is, when I've been playing, now obviously, I'm not great, okay? So I'm not going to be able to tell how well you're going to do against them. But what's been happening when I've been doing it is that they start off kind of all over the place, doing all kinds of different moves, and they're quite a spread of moves.
Okay.
And then it sort of becomes this hive mind. I think people, a lot of the time what's been happening with me is people have worked out 1 or 2 people who really seem to know what they're doing.
Ah, right.
And
Okay, I
start
see.
copying them. And the thing is as well, we have invited quite a lot of kind of people who actually play chess
You
to
shouldn't
get
have
involved.
done that,
So I mean, we don't know.
Very fair.
We don't know how many of these people actually know how to play chess well. So
Okay.
we're gonna see what happens.
Is there any names I should keep my eyes open for?
Honestly, I mean, I don't know if Monsters Games is here. There's a guy called Monsters Games who's always beating me, and I hate that guy. He is too good. We've got quite a lot of regulars in here right now, who are always jumping in. But I mean, there's so many new names here right now that it's gonna be impossible to know. I think because there's so many people right now, it might be more difficult for the chat to work out who is good and who isn't.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
there might just be confusion. So we'll have to see what happens. Right, so anyway, I'm going to start the vote now, and I'm going to hope, fingers crossed, that this works first time, because we haven't managed to test it with this many people, but hopefully we'll see what happens.
Cool. So also, do I get black in every game? Because Mike, this is a disadvantage. It's like tennis. Because when it's like, I'm not serving in any game. I'm already at a disadvantage.
Okay, Simon. All right, what we'll do is...
Do you like the way I'm moaning already?
I know, you're already making excuses. I mean,
I'm a GM
in
diva.
fairness, that's
GM
what I do. I always make the excuses early.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to stop the vote immediately because already E2, E4 is the one that everyone's going for.
Okay.
So let's make this move happen. E2 to E4. That's it. That's their first move. What do you want to do, Simon?
Right, well, this is one of the most popular moves, best by test, Bobby Fischer said. And I'm going to play C7 to C5.
Okay.
So this
C7 to C5.
That's right. And we're hoping for an interesting game.
Yes, exactly. Right. So, that's your move. And now we'll see how they respond. And this will be, this will be pretty interesting, I think. Maybe I should try and distract you for a second. What do you think? Should I begin immediately trying to distract you?
Yeah, sure. Why
and
not?
see if that helps.
Go for it. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. A very simple question to begin with. Sure. How did you get into chess in the first time? Like, did you play it at school? Did you go to a club?
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky. I mean, I started playing chess when I was about 6 years old, and I'm 36 now, so that's like 30 years of playing. And my dad played chess, and I played at school. He was a good chess player, and he took me along to the local adults club in the evening, which when you're like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, that's a pretty cool thing to do. You know, you get to stay out late, you get to like play a bit of chess, and so that's how I started through my dad, basically. So,
that's cool. That's awesome. Right, we've got an obvious choice here, so I'm going to stop the vote.
Okay.
It is G1 F3 is what they've gone for.
Okay.
So
I have to say, Mike, this is probably the best move already. Some of these guys know what they're doing.
Uh-oh. Are you worried now?
I'm okay. I'm still chilled at the moment.
All right.
Okay. That may change very soon, but I will go D7 D6.
Okay. So D7 to D6.
Perfect. Yeah.
There we go. Right. Excellent. And so let me ask you another question as well. How many questions do you want me to ask you about the moves you are making? Because obviously, if I say to you like, "Oh, why did you make that move?" and then you just essentially just spell out your entire tactic, then that's gonna be bad, right? So are we not asking questions about the moves you're making?
Mike,
is this a thing?
look, us GMs do not give our tactics away. You can throw whatever you want at me.
Yeah.
You know, you can try to trick me and give me my game plan away, but it's not escaping my mouth. So whatever you say, I'm cool with it. I might even trick the viewers and say, "Oh no, I'm really scared about this move, and I want that move to happen." So give it your worst, Mike.
Do you know, that's an interesting point as well, because I found that when I've been streaming it, because you can talk about it and everyone can hear. You can like say things on purpose to try and double bluff them.
we can throw in a bit of poker talk, you know. I can pretend to be really scared about something, or maybe I am actually scared about it, and hope people don't play it. But we'll see.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Right, let's stop the vote because there's the obvious D2 D4 is happening here.
Okay.
So
D4.
D2 D4.
What I have to say, I mean, so far, what we have here is called this. It's actually got a name because every starting sequence. By the way, I'm going to play C5 takes D4.
C5 takes D4.
Takes D4, and every starting sequence in chess has a name, and this is the Sicilian Defense. Preferred by...
I've heard of that one.
Oh, you've heard of it?
Yeah.
Preferred by the mafioso amongst the chess players, apparently. No, that's a lie. Just because it's Sicilian, it's not a mafioso one. I made that up totally. I'm already trying to bluff.
That's excellent. Right, I'm going to start the next vote then, and see what move people do next. So, yeah, I mean, it's... I think I can see where they're going to go with this now. Yeah, I mean, we can already see the obvious vote that they're doing here is F3 D4, so I'm just going to immediately stop the vote.
Yeah, there's some sharks. People know what they're doing. I thought you said, Mike, that people get really confused at the start. They know what they're doing.
No, I know. This is the thing.
Oh, my word.
I had literally no idea how this was going to go. Because normally when we stream it, right, we have sort of 10 to 15 people voting. We have tons of people voting right now. So this is going to be interesting. Right, what are you thinking now, Simon?
Well, I'm going to go. This is still... I actually wrote a book on this, Mike. On this
particular
series.
You want to plug that shit?
I do want to plug that crap. Yeah, exactly. Go and buy the book. If you want to learn more about this, you've probably got time to watch some of my DVDs on Ginger GM videos. So
Can I have a DVD? Can you send me a DVD?
I can send you a DVD.
Oh, thank you so much.
As long as I win every game today. I'm going to go for knight on G8, so G8 to F6.
Okay.
And we're going to get that one rolling into the centre.
Yeah, there we go. There
I
we
wonder
go.
how much stuff I can plug today, Mike. What do you reckon? Is that my little?
I mean, I think there's enough time to plug everything in this stream, you know. Maybe I'll plug some stuff as well.
Yeah, let's all plug, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's get plugging away. Do
Yeah.
you like the way I actually got this T-shirt made?
Did you? Oh, amazing. I'll tell you, Simon, I put on a shirt today. I don't normally wear shirts, but I put on a shirt today.
Oh, did you put on a shirt especially for me, Mike?
I did.
Oh,
I mean,
I
how
feel
nice is
honoured.
that?
I feel honoured. So, thank you, Mike.
It's all right, no worries. Right,
You're gonna be buying me dinner soon.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if we'll go that far. Well, you gotta win this game first and impress me. They've gone B1 C3, so B1 to C3.
Okay, so this is the main line open Sicilian,
Okay.
and this has been played tens of thousands of times before. Now I have a choice here. I have a number of ways to play this. Now I'm going to go for an opening because that's what the start of the game's called, with the coolest name, the Dragon. And I'm going to go.
Hello.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? So I'm going to go G7 to G6.
G7 to G6.
That's
I'll
right.
make sure I get this right, like that. There
That's
we
the
go.
one. That's the
Right.
one. So we're going to try
And
the
that's called the Dragon.
That is called the Dragon opening, Mike. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain to me why it's called that, or is to explain that to explain your tactic?
No. I mean, I can tell you. Yeah, but apparently there's two ways to figure this. Apparently, black's pawns. So you can see on this lovely board you guys have designed here, and it is a lovely board.
Thank you very much.
That the way the pawns are configured is apparently like a constellation of stars. Believe it or not, which is shares the dragon name. That's what I heard.
Wow.
But maybe someone just was bluffing me with that. Or it looks like a dragon. You can see the pawns, kind of the dragon's tail.
I mean, I feel like if I squint and turn my head, it looks like a duck. So I mean, maybe it should be called the duck.
Well, let's hope it doesn't turn into a duck. That'd be really sad. So,
Start making duck noises. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because people are going for F1 C4.
F1 C4.
F1
Okay.
to
Boom.
C4.
Okay. Aggressive stuff.
I'm really worried with everyone because just so everyone knows, I'm like manually making all of these moves, and I'm really scared about manually making the wrong move because how bad would that be? Oh dear.
Well, if it's my opponent's moves, that'd be great, Mike.
Yeah, I'll mess their moves up for you.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Actually, I guess if anything, I can just do nothing for the next move and just move it back into the position it was meant to be in.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we can
it's
make
probably
it
best if I just don't mess it up in the first place. What do you think? Cool. Okay, so.
Right, Mike, I'm going to go F8 to G7.
F8.
That's the old bishop there.
So which was it, sorry?
G7.
G7.
That's the one. Yeah, we like that. And we're going to get that bishop pointing towards the centre.
Yes, right.
So, yeah.
I just prematurely started the vote there, but I'm going to start it again. There we go.
Okay. I have to say, it's quite an interesting question in the chat.
Yeah.
The GNU guy says Simon RIQ, our collective IQ is something like 60,000 or something like that. But I wonder what the mean IQ is. If just interesting. If you divide that by the players, do you reckon it's going to be higher because it's a chess stream, Mike? Maybe.
I mean, so I know a lot of people who are going to be watching are people who have come from like the chess Reddit and from people who have seen like the video and the press release, etc. So I would imagine there's a lot of people watching right now who are coming from a chess background, but we're also, as far as I'm aware, we've got people coming from the Twitch front page right now. So also there's probably quite a lot of people who maybe don't know their chess so much as well and are more sort of bandwagoning right now and are jumping on moves other people are making.
Okay.
So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we've got a vote here, an obvious vote for E1 G1 right now. So let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's rock and roll.
E1 to G1, and that, of course, is castling on the king's side. If that's correct.
Definitely. I think it's the only time in chess where you can move two pieces at the same time. And because you guys play such a great move there, I'm going to have to copy you. I'm going to go E8 to G8.
Okay.
And Mike, do you know why this is a good move? Why is this a good move, Mike?
Well, I mean, visually speaking, it looks like it's a good move because you're essentially just kind of cordoning the king in, right? So that he can't be put in check anymore.
Yeah.
But but I'm sure that you actually can say the real reasons why that is a good move to do.
No, Mike, you got it totally
Oh,
right.
have I got it? Oh,
you got it.
look at
Look,
that.
I reckon you're a GM in disguise.
Maybe I'm actually a
Grandmaster in
GM.
disguise.
That's probably why I keep losing to the Twitch chat over and over again.
But yeah, it's essentially, if you see the king, the guy with the cross on, you got your bodyguards in front of it. So you put your pawns in front of your king. You keep your bodyguards close. You don't want your bodyguards wandering down the pub or something. They've got to stay close to you. So that's why you castle.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now, what does it look like they're all doing here? It looks to me like there's a little bit of a split going on, but it looks like F1, E1 is going to be the thing that they're doing. There's a lot of F1, E1s coming in.
Okay, interesting.
I'm gonna stop the vote there.
Okay.
Yeah, F1, E1 just had it, so
Okay, really, right,
we've got F1 to E1.
Well, that worries me, Mike, because that move there that people decided to play has a particular name.
Oh, yeah.
And it's called the Carport Variation.
Okay.
And the Carport Variation, here we go with my geeky chess chat.
Do you know what? I love this. Because normally when I stream this, I don't know all the names of and now when you're going, well.
Well, Carport in the 19th century used to play this lovely move. He was ex-world champion of Russia in the proper days of Soviet chess. And actually, yeah, he did play this. Sorry about the voice there.
No, that's fantastic. I love it.
But yeah, okay, I'm going to go B8 to C6. And,
B8 to C6. Right.
And this variation that the Twitch chat are playing, obviously some chess players there, because it was named after a former world champion from Russia in the Cold War era, Mike. So it's scary stuff. Scary stuff.
And you're bringing the history as well. That's like bringing everything right now. This is awesome. I'm going to start the vote and see what they do now to respond to that. Let's see what happens. We've got an early vote of F4, F5 right now. We've got a C4. Oh, you know what's starting to happen now?
Yeah.
So this is interesting. So now we're starting to see a divide happening here. Like people are going for a lot instead. Up to now, it's all been just people hammering at all the same move. But now it's starting to break them a little bit.
Oh, good.
Although, having said that, now C1, E3 has now jumped up.
Okay, so disillusion in the ranks here.
Yeah, well, maybe. We're starting to see a little bit of panic in the Twitch chat, maybe. Yeah, right, I'm going to stop the vote because it's definitely C1, E3. So here we go. C1 to E3. I'm literally quadruple checking every damn move I make, just in case.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
so.
I have a couple of choices here. I'm wondering if I should get a bit tactical on people here. Should I rock and roll with it? Well, what do we think?
Are you talking about an aggressive move? Because
I'm thinking aggressive, Mike.
I like aggressive moves.
I'm thinking, should we turn up the notch a little bit? Should we
heat up? I would love you to do that. Yeah.
Should we go for it?
Do it.
Okay, I'm hoping it doesn't lose. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna go for. Let's try this one out.
Okay.
F6.
F6
to G4.
To G4.
Let's do it.
There we go.
And that's a risky little move for both of us. So, yeah, risky stuff.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you've got... I can see what you've done there. I'm not going to say it out loud just because I wouldn't be fair, but I can see what's happened there. And we'll have to see how they respond now. Let's start the vote and see what they go for next. There's someone in the chat, GNU guy, asking you if you can wink at him.
Already done.
Have you already winked at him?
Done it. But I'm too quick there. I gave a little right eye wink there.
he'll be going back and watching through the video. That's what he'll be doing.
Definitely. The wink's already been there. So yeah. Okay.
Right. Let's see.
I like this.
There's definitely some.
There's
fracturing happening now. There's votes all over the place.
We like this. So that was a tricky, aggressive move there. I'm coming at you guys.
Oh no!
Trying to back off. Oh, maybe they can take that knight with their queen.
Oh, I've noticed they could do that.
Could they do that?
They could. I think they should do that. I think that's what they should.
Did I miss that? Oh my words!
Oh no! The thing is, though, you laugh, but that's literally how I play chess. I make a move, and then I see them making a move, and I go, "Oh god, I missed that. Oh no, this is terrible." And then I lose. I just break down from that point. The moment I make a mistake, I am done. It's so bad. I'm gonna give them a little more time to vote.
Sure, they might need a little think
Yeah,
about this.
there's two moves right now. D4, C6 is right on top, and also E3, G5, and H2, H3. A wall fairly high up.
Interesting. I know which one of those ones I would go for.
There's people in the chat going, "It's a trap!
It's a trap!
It's a trap!" So
I have to say that is my first trap of the day.
Yeah.
There'd be plenty more, but I will subtly throw them in next time.
Yeah. I mean, I think okay. So there's an obvious move which jumped up now, so I'm going to stop the vote. The move is D4, C6. Is that the one that you didn't want them to do?
That's the one I didn't like.
D4 to C6.
Guys are playing well. They're playing well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the best move. I reckon. Okay. Right now I've got two choices here. So the way I'm thinking, I'll just talk about my thought process. I could go for the pawn takes the knight, which should just move. But I'm just trying to quickly work out if I can move my knight and take the bishop. So I'm just going to think a couple moves ahead here.
Okay. And
try to work out which one to go for.
You think about that, and I'll distract you with a question while you're doing that.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Mike.
Let me ask you, which are my favourite questions here? Let me ask you, how do you actually, at what point do you decide, I think I can become a Grandmaster, and I'd like to actually aim for that? Is there a point when you've played enough games and you think, actually, I think I'm kind of good at this and I could do it?
Yeah, I suppose so. I've got a move, by the way. It's B7 takes the knight that just moved on C6. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that one. Cool. I mean, it's like, I've always played chess, and it's quite funny in England because, I used to do other sports and stuff, and chess has got this geeky image in England, which is, I think it's fair to say that. I mean, in other countries... It's completely different. The biggest chess stars in other countries do commercials and things. But I mean, I've always loved chess. I just find it a fascinating game. And the more I played, the more I fell in love with it. And it's like, I think chess becomes better the better you get at it.
I would imagine so, yeah.
And I imagine this game you've created, Mike, is sort of will help people improve and
I believe so. I mean, there's like so in terms of like you can play in this, you can play online, you can play locally, which is what we're doing right now in a weird sort of way here. But you can play against computer as well, and there's sort of like 10 different AI levels, which have obviously been tested by people who actually know what they're doing. So yeah, there's also like tutorials, there's sort of challenges as well, doing like mate in 1 and mate in 2 style puzzles, the sort of things that you see in the Times, etc. So yeah, there's some pretty decent things in here for actually learning to play. And it's funny, through doing all the streams, like I knew how to play chess, but through doing the streams, I have seen like the chat pull things off where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna remember that for future. That was a good move.
Yeah. Well, so it is a great game because, no matter how good you get, you can always get better. And
exactly.
It's I've always been in love with the game. So I mean, I suppose answering your original question, I mean, I kind of always play competitive chess, and the ultimate goal is to become world champion. But then, becoming GM was good, and that sort of gives you a career playing chess if you do that. So yeah, and it was enjoyable. So yeah.
That's awesome. Is how like if somebody becomes a doctor, they get to put PhD on their name. Do you get to put GM after your name when you get post?
I could do, yeah. I mean, I could put GM, but it would just look a bit weird. People like say what GM modified, or I don't know, genetically modified. I don't know what they'd say. I mean, I don't think anyone really understands what GM meant. You know what? I'm going to start doing that actually.
Yeah, you should do that. Okay, there's a tip for you. This is interesting. So I'm going to give them another 15 seconds or so because there's 3 different moves which are all on top right now.
3 different moves.
I know, yeah. Can you believe this?
And we've got 250 people in the chat.
I know, yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? When you've got this many people, all of a sudden, all different moves. Right, I'm going to start the vote because one vote has now jumped to the top, and it is E3 D4.
Okay.
E3.
Yeah.
To let me make sure I don't mess this up. D4.
Okay, I got something prepared against that one, Mike.
Have you? Okay. Uh-oh.
Do you know what? Us GMs, look, I've started the aggressive game with my knight coming into the position.
Yeah.
So the only way now is forwards. So I'm going to go E7.
E7.
to e5. And
To e5, so that's two ahead.
2 ahead. That's the one, Mike. And we're gonna come at the chat now.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's an interesting move. So of course, they're gonna maybe want to not take you there. It's a bit of a bait, really, wasn't it?
Oh, have I left a pawn on pre? Maybe. So, but I have to say, everyone's playing okay so far. No one's got a point advantage, so it's all cool. Don't panic yet, guys.
Okay.
Because there's panic in the chat.
Everyone always panics in the chat. It's fine. Although it's normally me panicking, in all honesty. Okay, another question.
Yeah.
How many moves do you think ahead when you are playing?
Well, it really depends on the situation. I mean, if you're playing a tournament game, and I play quite a lot of tournaments, have done over my life.
Sure.
You generally have one game a day, and what a lot of people don't realise is that a game can go on for something like 6-7 hours. You know,
what?
6-7 hours. So, I mean, even though you're on the clock, you have this clock. You get a lot of time to think. You know.
Right.
So it's quite intense. It's like doing an exam for 6-7 hours. You know, God. One little mistake, and you lose the game. And I suppose in some situations, it's not just how many moves you think ahead. It's like if you know mathematics, like an and, you know, the tree
Sure,
goes more and more every move. So I mean, you can think 10 moves ahead generally, but every move brings more possibilities. So you have to think of hundreds of moves, should I say, and work them out when you're playing. But you know, it's like training the brain. It's great for the brain, and you get used to doing this.
So do you have to have a good memory to do that? I mean, because my memory is terrible, so it doesn't sound like I'd be able to do it.
My memory's pretty poor as well.
Really?
It is. I think so. I mean, people say you need to be clever, good at maths, have a good memory. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. You can learn these things. I mean, it helps your brain. It's like, you know, doing a workout for the brain if you're playing chess. But I don't think you need to be, you know, specifically good at maths or have a good memory to enjoy and get better at chess.
Fair enough. Right. The winning move is d4 to e3.
Okay.
So they have retreated the bishop.
Ah, they're going backwards now.
They are going backwards. I feel a little bit like a tide is turning. What do you think?
Well, I can see some possibilities here. Now, I could go for an immediate kill here.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of thinking that, you know, these guys are pretty good, so I'm not gonna. If they can see my idea, it might backfire against me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna instead play, I think. Okay, let me check. G4.
The knight.
The knight takes the bishop on E3. So
E3. Okay. Got you. There we go. Let's do that. Right. Interesting.
By the way, Mike, is this the first time this must be the first time this has ever happened on Twitch? I mean,
so I researched this to make sure that I hadn't basically come up with an idea and then I'd just stolen it from somewhere else. This has been done, like, you know, not on Twitch, essentially, from what I can tell. It's been done in different forms, and I'm sure you know lots of ways this has been done before, sort of crowdsourcing a game of chess. But as far as I'm aware, and if somebody knows if this has been done before, then, you know, tell me to shut up. But as far as I'm aware, this has not been done before. So it's pretty cool. I mean, this has been pretty fun for me up to now. So I'm going to stop the vote because it's obviously E1, E3 that's happening right now.
Sure, yeah. I still have to say this game's very balanced.
E1
and
to E3.
And the chat's playing very well, actually, very well.
I mean, I from my perspective, like, you're going to know better than me, but from my perspective, it doesn't seem like you've got that big of an advantage over them right now.
I haven't got any advantage, I'll be honest.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that will change. Okay, well, I'm going to go for... Because I've started to move forwards now, so I can't look at anything else. I'm going to go for C8, so the bishop on C8. I'm going to move that to E6. It looks like
E6.
Looks like an interesting idea to me.
E6.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So again, I feel like we've got a bit of baiting going on here, but I guess
maybe a Mexican standoff here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So how often do you... The whole idea of, essentially trading pieces, letting, taking one of theirs for them to then just immediately take you back. How big of a tactic is that, like, in the grand scheme of things? Is that a thing that you're often looking to happen as part of a grander tactic?
Well, I suppose you can see with the last move, it's pretty obvious I'm moving my bishop to face off against your bishop. And I suppose if you look at it in the life situation, every little change you do can be for better, sometimes worse. And you've got to have foresight to see in a chess whether that will help your position or make it worse. And if you think it will help your position, like you're getting a job promotion, let's say, then you might go for it and try to do little improvements every move. And I'll explain why I've moved this to this square in a minute, maybe. But yeah, so I suppose you just got to see the bigger plan, and you've got to look a little bit far ahead and see what you're trying to aim to do with the position. Okay.
So we've got a vote, but I'm going to let it ride for a second. We've got a vote of D1, D3 right now, but C4, B3 is just overtaking it. Okay. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna might leave it another second. It looks like it's gonna be C4, B3 though. Lot of late votes for that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the vote and go for that.
Okay.
So
get
top
intense.
Voted. So that jumped up. There was another move. There was C4, E6 was on top, and then all of a sudden B4, C4. So let me see. So C4, and what is it? B3. So B3.
Okay. Well, I have to say, all the moves that the Twitch chat are playing are very good moves. I was kind of hoping there, just to explain, what I was saying a second ago, that White would have taken my bishop, because then, talking about transformations, you might notice that my pawn would have taken the white bishop.
Sure.
And then I have more pawns in the centre of the board, giving me better control of the most important area of the board, the centre of the board. So I think what White played there was a better idea. Definitely. Okay. So, okay, right. So I'm going to go.
Are you getting scared yet, or are you feeling?
Not quite yet.
Okay, good. Good.
Soon. Okay, I'm going to go for Queen on D8.
D8.
To E7.
To E7. E7.
Yeah. That's the one. And this just connects my rooks, so my rooks can do some swinging. Basically.
Okay. Yeah, so the rooks, when I play, I always find them the most difficult to utilize. Because obviously, when they begin, they're trapped. I know all the pieces are trapped, but they're trapped in such a way that it's really awkward to get them out, right? And I always find that they start coming out towards the end of the game.
Totally true. Again, God, you know your stuff, Mike. I have to say,
it?
Yeah, you know your stuff. All this is. Yeah, I mean, rooks are basically good for later on in the game. So they don't do much at the start of the game, but if you get to the end game, and in chess there's three parts of the game. You've got the opening, and now I guess we're in the middle part, the middle game, and rooks are strongest at the end of the game, the end game. So.
Got it. How do you know? Like, do you know when the end game is? Is that just like as it happens? You're like, okay, we're going end game now.
Not really. I mean, it's only really a word for the way things happen. It's not that important. You can kind of guess when most of the pieces are off the board. So I think there was a rule: if you've got something like 14 points or less on the board, and every chess piece has a point value, then it's the end game.
Right.
So, like, the queen is 9 points, the rook is 5 points, etc. And if you've got under 14 points, someone said this, it's the end game. Right. But it's quite variable, really.
Oh, so, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So that's really. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, it's quite pretty interesting that. All right, I'm gonna start the vote because D1 E2 has clearly won this. So they are going D1 to E2 again, making sure I don't mess this up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So.
Rightio.
What's your poison?
I'm just trying to think now what my poison should be. Okay.
Am I distracting you well enough with questions?
You're doing an okay job. Doing an okay job. Yeah.
You can thank me later, chat.
Okay. Right. Well, look, I'm gonna get jiggy with a position.
Oh,
You know,
hello.
if that's, I don't think that's a chess terminology.
I don't know if they allow that on Twitch.
But let's see. Okay, I'm making sure I don't. Okay, let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's go for it. So I'm going to go F7, F5.
F7, there's a pawn. Moving
Yeah.
it 2 spaces forward to
Let's
F5.
go. Charge.
Charge! Excellent. All right, I love it.
Let's go.
Okay, and we'll see how they respond to this. Right, let me ask you. I want to ask you about. People might be like, "Oh my god, this is so boring," but I am actually well interested in this. So I'm interested in chess annotation, right? So obviously, the annotation that we're using right now, as far as I'm aware, isn't like the default one that kind of real chess players use, right? As in where we're going like H2, H4. That's I think is it called coordinates when you're doing it like this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's when you the interesting thing when you play a game of chess. So if you ever get to a competition level, every player is required to write down the moves.
Wow.
So you must actually make a record of what you're playing. So you've got to quickly write down the moves you play, and this is kind of to stop cheating, to stop any arguments that could occur. I mean, I actually once saw someone get punched, should I say, at a chessboard, which was very interesting. But
no, hang on, you can't skirt over that story.
yeah, it was a bit of a strange one, should we say? I thought I'd just quickly skirt over that. Geeky chess. Someone got punched.
Someone got punched.
Yeah,
it was a brawl. There was chairs everywhere.
It was a brawl, but yeah,
someone got a pawn in the nose. That's excellent.
That's it. Yeah, pawn in the nose, rook in the ear, and queen where the sun doesn't shine. But no, I mean, coordinates is just a way of recording the game, and really, as long as you do it in a way that you understand and someone who reads it understands, it doesn't matter so much. So yeah.
Okay. Cool, right. I'm going to let the vote go a little bit because there's 2 moves which are on top right now. I'm waiting to see if one of them jumps up. If it doesn't, then I will randomly select one of these top 2.
Okay.
I'll give it another 10 seconds.
Wow, it's quite tense here then.
Yeah, they're really... So this is like the opposite of what normally happens when they play against me. Normally it's a bit all over the place and then they become super focused. But against you, they were focused, and now they're getting a bit all over the place. And I'll tell you what, one vote has just jumped to the top, so I'm going to stop the vote. Okay. It is E2, A6. E2, Queen, to A6, all the way on the side of the board there, next to your pawn.
Okay, so going for a queen side attack. Right, okay. Well, that looks like a good move, I have to say.
Is that a move that has surprised you?
It has indeed, Mike. Yeah, but
it sounded like it surprised you. So.
Yeah, it did surprise me. I'm trying to keep it cool and say, it's all good. I saw that. Don't worry. But actually, I'm thinking, right, okay. So you're attacking my pawn there, guys. So I should do something about that. Okay, what do I do? Well, I think I'm gonna go for. Certainly a surprise. Can you tell in my voice?
I know. I can. That's why I said to you, yeah. Take your time. The chat is getting a lot of time, so you need time to think. Then I will just distract you while you're thinking. It'll be good.
Go for it. Okay. Right. I will go A8.
A8. Your rook.
My rook, and I'll move that to C8.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try
C8.
We'll try
in the
this
line
one.
of fire of the queen.
Yeah. I'm only mildly worried now.
Mildly, okay, that's good.
Just mildly worried.
I'm starting to enjoy this even more now. So. Yeah. Okay, let's start the vote again and see what happens. So I mean, having said that, we've got like near about 300 people watching now, and dozens and dozens of people voting. So you are technically now playing against, quite a lot of people all at one go.
I mean, I have to say, everyone's playing very good chess, and they seem to be playing the best moves in the position at the moment. So this is a little bit worrying, you know, a little bit worrying at the moment.
I'm going to stop the vote immediately because one has jumped up immediately straight away once I've even just begun. It is A1, D1.
Okay.
So A1, which is their rook, and they're moving it to D1.
Okay, keeping the pressure up in the centre.
Yeah.
There was another move I was... Okay. Okay, right. So now I'm going to put my Grandmaster plan into place.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Just got to work out...
Are you actually going to start trying now?
Just got to work out what my Grandmaster plan is first. Okay, so I've got to watch out for some little tricks. Okay, I'm going to go F5, so pawn on F5.
5.
And I'm going to take that
pawn at E4.
Yeah, let's go for the chaos settings, shall we?
Chaos. I like it. I like it. And we'll restart the vote again and see what they do. Now, I was going to ask you about a thing. I saw that you said, I think it was last night, correct me if I'm wrong,
yeah.
I believe that you were in Battersea last night and you were playing against, what, 30 people at the same time?
Yeah, a couple of nights ago, actually, on the Tuesday.
Oh, it was on the Tuesday, okay.
Yeah, on the Tuesday night. I mean, obviously, as a chess professional, I mean, whenever I say this to people who don't play chess, they're like, "You're a chess professional," and I've never met one of them. What do you make money from that? And it's quite a strange way to make a living.
Yeah.
But you know, it is. You know, it's certainly a little bit different, and you kind of have to do a lot of things because. Just playing chess, you have to be incredibly good to make money from competitions. There's not always a great deal of prize money.
Sure.
So what I was doing the other day, it was a Tuesday night, and a chess club in London, in Battersea, asked me to do what's called a simultaneous display.
Okay.
So what that means is that their members there, so they had 30 chess players, were sitting in a circle with a board each. And I was walking around playing a move at each board, walking around and basically playing all of them at the same time, but separately. So
wow.
that was that's a simultaneous.
And you beat 16 of them, right?
I beat it wasn't such a good result actually. I beat 16.
Well, that sounds pretty bloody impressive. If you beat more than half, and you were just doing it quickly as well, right? It's not like you were like playing a proper game, if you know what I mean.
You do it quickly, yeah. You make a move.
So that's
on,
pretty amazing that you managed to do that.
Yeah,
so...
no, it was good. It was great fun as well. Really nice club. Like recommended to anyone who's out there who's near that area.
Sure.
Go along and play some chess. So
that's
it was
awesome.
good.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because C3, E4 has won here. So C3, which is their knight, is going to E4 and is taking your pawn in the center of the board there.
Okay.
So.
Right, and now we're going to get Derek the D pawn.
Oh, hello.
So that's Derek on D6.
On D6.
And let me just check. Yeah, he's going to move up to D5.
He's going to move to D5.
Here comes Derek.
Here comes... Okay, so you're going to have to explain this Derek thing to me. Is that just a name you've given to the pawn on D?
Yeah, look, they're all my friends. So you have, they're like your army. You've got to give your pieces names. So
I never thought to do that. But do all of them have names, or is it just Derek?
They do. Well, you can see at the bottom you got A, B, C,
of
D,
course,
E,
yeah.
F, G, H. So I give all my pawns names for the file. Now this might sound incredibly geeky, a little bit sad, but it brings them to life a little bit. So the H pawn. Can you guess, Mike, what the H pawn might be?
Oh, let me think. What names start with
Maybe
H?
someone in the chat might know this. Maybe someone in the chat could guess. What do I call the H
Harry.
pawn? Ah, yes.
Did I get it? Yeah, there we go.
After Dirty Harry, the Clint Eastwood character.
Oh,
of
okay,
course.
Perfect.
So, yeah. So Harry the H pawn. Harry the H pawn. You're right there, Mike. Well done.
Okay, G. What is G gonna be? G is gonna be George.
Gary.
It's Gary.
Gary the G pawn.
Gary the G pawn.
Yeah. I know a lot of Garys, so I've got to call him Gary.
Everyone in the chat is saying that the H pawn should be named after Harry Potter.
No, forget about Harry Potter.
Forget about him.
We stick with Clint Eastwood.
Did they play? I feel like did they have like magician chess in Harry Potter? I can't remember.
They did, yeah. They had a great scene there with, I think it was Ron Weasley. Was that the one? He had to take on a live chess set.
Yes, that was it. I remember now.
Yeah. I actually did that on Blue Peter once as well. When I was a youngster.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to do this next vote, and then you are going to tell me this Blue Peter story because I am extremely excited for this story. Let's start the vote. It is E4 G3. So E4, which is their knight. My apologies, and it's going to G3.
Yeah,
G3. Let me quadruple check I'm getting that right because this is getting important now.
Back they go. Run away, people.
They're running away. They're running scared.
I kind of feel there's a bit of running scared here, you know.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Are you getting a bit confident again now?
You know what? I'm feeling a little bit better now. So, okay. Well, we were talking about my favourite pawn, and it would be rude not to use him.
Okay.
So, Harry the H pawn.
Harry the H pawn.
Harry
H7
is Dirty Harry's going to move to H5.
H5, he's moving 2 spaces forward to H5.
Make my day, pawn.
Perfect. And now it's the and now while the Twitch chat are voting on their next move, you are going to continue your Blue Peter story.
Oh, my Blue Peter story,
because, I mean, I'm already excited at the idea that you must have a Blue Peter badge. But...
Yeah, I do. I've got
one. No, that's amazing. Yep. I always wanted a Blue Peter badge. Yep. I feel sad now. So go on, Blue Peter story, hit me with it.
Yeah, well, I think I was only about 11 at the time, but I just got invited to the Blue Peter studio. This is probably the highlight of my life. I've had such an interesting, great life. I went to the Blue Peter studio and I sat in a massive chair and I played against the women's under 16 world champion and then I had my little pieces, they're all dressed up and they were humans and I had to call out the moves. So I said, pawn on E1 to, pawn on E2 to E4 and the little pawn would move in the Blue Peter studio. So that was weird and I didn't live that down at school for a long time.
I bet you didn't. And I am 100% going to try and find that on YouTube later.
Oh, yeah, good
luck
with that.
I hope it's there somewhere.
I think I requested for that to be taken down.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote. And I'm going to do C2, C4 right now. So here we go. Hey. C2 to C4. They're moving the C pawn to C4.
Okay, showing a bit of aggression there. That's right. So I am going to play, and I say this very slowly because I'm just thinking.
Okay, that's fine. You take your time, and I'll make really irritating noises so that you can't focus.
Okay. Yeah, they are quite irritating. I agree. Yeah.
If only I could do a white noise, that would really help the chat right now, wouldn't it?
It's like Guantanamo Bay chess. No, sorry, that's probably the wrong thing to say. Okay, well I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna keep Harry. Harry's having so much fun.
Okay.
We might as well go H5 to H4.
Okay.
Go Harry.
Oh, and he's facing off against their knight now.
He's doing a little bit of attacking against that knight.
He is a little bit, isn't he? He's loving it. And I'm going to start this vote again. Now, what I should say, for anybody who's just joined, because I haven't said this since the beginning of the stream, we've been streaming for an hour now. If there's anybody who's joined recently, joined the stream, and you're wondering what the hell is going on, we are...
You're not the only person.
Yeah. We're playing a bit of Pure Chess. Pure Chess came out, Pure Chess Grandmaster Edition, in fact, came out on Steam and Xbox One today. And we're playing against the Grandmaster, Simon Williams here. And the way you do that is by, just like everybody's doing there in the chat, all you have to do is vote on the move that you want to do into the chat, just like they are. And the highest voted for moves will happen. And we're going to see if we can beat them. Just a note as well, that if you follow us on Twitch, then your votes will be counted, okay? So make sure you're doing that. Now, I'm going to stop this because the obvious move here is this G3, E2, I believe. G2, E3. So,
okay.
Well, hang on, G3. I think I'm saying it the wrong way around. G3
yep.
to E2.
Okay.
So they're running away, essentially.
Yeah, I know.
is
This
what's
seems to
happening
be
here.
this seems to be like the way that I have to say.
You've got them on the run. You've got them on the run, haven't you?
I do. I have to say, come on, Twitch guys. You know,
You get,
don't be scared
well,
because
hang on a
you're
second.
playing
Don't start getting cocky now. You don't know what's going to happen, do you?
This could really
That's,
backfire.
that's literally my life, getting cocky about things and then getting shot down. That is what happens over and over again. So I would not recommend it, to be honest.
Yeah, I just thought I'd, get the band, try to turn up the band to, stage a little bit.
Turn up the hashtag bants. Okay, I get that.
Hashtag bants. Okay, right. So we are gonna now use. Well, Harry's had a bit of fun, and now I think it's time for Derek. Derek the D pawn.
Derek the D pawn.
D5
yes.
to. Ooh, yeah, let's do it. D5 to. Ooh.
Hello. Hang on a minute.
Is that touch piece, mover piece?
This is either a D4 or a C4, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of changed my mind.
Oh, you've changed your mind. Okay, we can click away. Don't worry, it's not made yet.
There is actually a rule in chess: touch a piece, move a piece, which I'm a little.
Well, I mean, technically, I touched the piece, so
okay.
I thought the rule was that if you let go of the piece, then you'd made the move. Is it if you touch the piece, you have to then move that piece?
Yeah, apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
But, okay. No one heard or saw that, did they?
No one's seen that. No. Well, let's just skirt over that.
Right.
Everyone shouting "touch move" in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I think I did get a little bit. Should we say cocky there? Just a little bit. Just a tap. Okay. Right. So. Okay. Yeah, definitely a little bit cocky I was. Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, let's go for Cool, I'm ooh.
Not sounding so confident anymore.
No, I know. I've changed my tune, haven't I? I thought I was doing it right. But now I can see some subtle ideas, I'm thinking a couple of moves ahead, then I'm thinking, oh, will they not? Will they not? Okay, well I'm, Mike. They've got me a little bit stumped here. I should have a good centre, but I don't want to throw the first game away by playing something.
That would be pretty embarrassing. Yeah.
It would be very embarrassing.
I'd love it, and I'm sure that the Twitch chat would love it as well. But
I should be sacked immediately. Okay.
Stripped of your grandmastery. Right.
I should lose my title straight away. So okay, I'm gonna go for. I hope people won't kill me for changing my mind.
Okay.
Okay. Is it touching me? I don't know. If it is,
I like you said it, and then I immediately clicked on it. So it was me that did that. It wasn't you. So no one can really get angry.
That was me thinking out loud.
Exactly. I just clicked on what you were thinking. So yeah, you make the move that you would have made.
Okay, let's go F8 to D8. Let's do this one.
F8 to D8. D8.
Yeah, that's.
And I think in future, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to click the move once you've actually said both of them.
Yeah, I said half the move there.
You said half the move, so that was my fault, everybody. My apologies. But let's start the next.
That was a very nice way to back me up there, Mike.
Of course. Right. Let's see how they respond to this. So normally everyone's jumping immediately in with moves, and this time I've started the vote, and no one's done anything yet. Okay, one move's happened now.
Okay.
Out Smith has jumped in. By the way, everybody in the chat, I hope you understand. Normally, I am incredibly sort of talking to everybody in the chat, having a laugh with people. There's just too many people right now. There's like 350 people. So I do apologise that I'm not talking to you all. Okay, but it's just impossible today. So I know you're there, Ghost Gamer. I can see you. I can see all of you, all you regulars. But it's very difficult to be doing all of this right now and also talking to you guys. So I do hope that you will forgive me this one time, because we do have some amazing regulars who are literally here for every single stream, which is kind of fantastic, really. So.
Is Ghost Gamer a regular, I guess?
Oh, Ghost Gamer is our #1 fan. He is here for every single stream.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. He's because we also have as well in our streams, we have a currency called Rip Coins. So if anybody in the chat wants to check right now how many Rip Coins they've got, they can type in !Rip Coins, and you can buy things with Rip Coins on ripcoins.com. And Ghost Gamer by far has the most rip coins out of everybody because he is in
Okay.
every stream and he's doing all the things to earn the rip coins.
Well, good stuff. Good stuff.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, I'm going to stop the vote because there's an obvious one here. It is C4, D5. C4, 2, D5. They have taken a pawn from you.
Okay, I'll go C6 takes D5.
C6, your pawn takes
Yeah.
D5. You're going to take them straight back. Taking them straight
yeah.
back.
I
D5. Did you say D5?
I
Just to
did indeed.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we'll
Just
go
to
for
clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm still a little bit concerned here. Just a little bit. So, yeah.
It's really. It seems like it's going in waves right now.
I know. I got really excited a minute ago. And I was like, oh no, I'm very, very indecisive today because, I think there's some good chess players in the chat. Good chess players, so definitely.
You made that move very quickly though. That was like the fastest you've made a move. Was that just the obvious thing to do there?
Yeah, that's something I had to plan ahead because I obviously had quite a long think the move before, so
Yeah.
I had to sort of have an idea for the next one, basically.
Sure.
So yeah, indeed,
Okay.
yeah, that's the one.
This is fine. So we've got people voting for the next move. There's a lot of fracture going on right now. There's multiple. There's 3 different moves which have got the highest vote right now.
Wow, can you tell me what moves they are?
Well, one of them is H2 H3, and that's the one that's just pushing ahead right now.
Okay.
There's also E2 F4 has just all of a sudden jumped ahead. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. We've got so much discussion going on. People talking about pinning your rook. We've got someone talking about taking out your E6 bishop. Yeah, we've got a lot of time. Okay, well there's one move now which has jumped ahead by far, so I'm gonna go for that one. It is E2 F4, which is the knight, or on the regular streams as I would call it, the horsey. And he's moving to F4. Let me make sure I got that right. F4. I'm really having to like quadruple rupel check all of the moves I'm making right now because I do not want to mess this up now.
Good
so
move.
There's the move.
That's the move I was certainly worried about. So definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna now play E6.
Okay.
E6 to F7. So let's go
So that's
for
the
that one.
bishop going to F7. So going backwards. You're retreating.
Going backwards. I am
Okay.
indeed retreating. I'm
Okay.
going backwards here. So
Do we want to make a comment about the fact you're retreating right now, or do we want to skirt over that?
Let's just say I'm not as confident I was feeling. Okay.
This is what I told you about the getting cocky thing. This is what happens to me. This is exactly what happens to me.
I should kick myself in the head there if I could. But that was awful. Yeah. But very, very good move from the players of the white pieces there. Clearly the best move in the position. Now it's getting very complex as well.
It is, and we've got again. I've opened the vote, and immediately we've got a spread of votes happening again. So, I mean, from my perspective, it's interesting because there's such a spread that it's not even like they're all hive minding right now. Although, having said that, a one move has just jumped ahead now, so I'm going to stop the vote immediately.
Okay.
F4 D5 has just flung its way to the top, so that is F4.
Okay.
The knight is moving to D5 to take your pawn, I believe. Let me quadruple check. That's right. D5. Yeah.
And I have to say, the reason I'm a little bit scared now is because white has gone a pawn up.
Oh, snap.
So I am actually a pawn down. Oh, no. This is not going the way I wanted it to. Okay, right. So what do I do now? That blindfold game is not looking likely. If I can't win with sight, I can't win with a blindfold.
This is brilliant.
Brilliant for who?
Brilliant for me.
Okay, right. We will go. And of course, maybe this is just a trick. I will go queen on E7 to G5.
G5 in the center of the board there. G5, double checking. G5, yes.
Yeah, let's go for that one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see how they respond to this. I hope you've got beverages at the ready. to drown your sorrows.
Yeah, I actually just yeah, maybe. I'm feeling I might need them here. That'd be so embarrassing. How can I live this down?
Well,
But,
so in fairness, right? I was thinking about this, and I was thinking like, if you lose, I was thinking before, like if he loses, like actually, it's not that crazy because you're literally playing against like hundreds of people right now, and they're all talking to each other. Like, I had thought to myself, other people when I told them about this idea had said like, oh, he's easily gonna win, and I was like, I'm not so sure, you know.
Mike, I haven't lost yet.
No?
Haven't lost yet. No,
That's true.
Right. If
true.
I lose, I lose. And obviously, I have to say, the chat is playing much better than I expected. Okay.
We've got an obvious vote here, so I'm going to stop this. This is A6, A7. Immediately, the moment I started, the vote started happening. So we've got the queen taking the pawn just above it.
Wow.
So.
And the pressure is on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go here.
Okay.
I think I'm okay, Mike, but I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
I'm going to go for... Okay, F7.
The bishop.
Takes D5. I'll get rid of that dangerous knight there.
That dangerous knight.
Yeah,
okay, making sure I'm doing this right. There we go. Right.
Beast of a knight there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So the knight. I find it a really interesting. You might not know the answers to this, so sorry if I'm like throwing this at you. I find it really interesting how the knight moves and how when they first started playing this, how they even sort of came up with the idea of a piece moving like that, like in that sort of L shape. I mean, I don't know if you're all of a sudden going to throw the history of the knight at me here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the history of chess, I mean, no one really knows. I mean, it's supposed to, I think, historically come from India. I mean, one of the nicest stories I heard about the history of chess was that the person who invented it, this is like an old sort of parable going back like even before the time of Christ, 4,000 years. He invented it for a great king in the East, and the king said to him, this is the most amazing game that's ever been invented. I will give you anything you want. I'll give you one wish, anything you want. And the guy said, okay, all I want is 1 grain of rice on the first square, and there's 64 squares on the chessboard. So I want 1 grain of rice on the first square, and for you to double it for every square. So keep doubling it for every square.
Okay.
And the king thought, okay, I thought he was going to ask for, I don't know, maybe a drink or a palace or something. He said, oh, that's easy. And then he run out of all the rice in the world, because obviously that number came extremely large. So there's always little parables about chess. I mean, there's one that 2 kings sort of, instead of using their troops and killing, they played a game of chess. So, but no one really knows the history of it. No one really knows where it came from. I mean, I think the closest historical thing is India. They say maybe invented in India. But
wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's as much as I know.
Chess history lesson right here on the Ripstone channel. It's fantastic. Right. So there were 2 different moves which were level pegging over and over again, jumping all around each other. But one has only just prevailed here, and that move is D1, D5. That doesn't sound like the move you wanted them to do.
They found the move. Absolutely. Well done, guys in the chat. That was the only move, because
they were all talking about that, and like literally there was another move. I can't. Which was the move that they were all voting for as well? I think it was B3 D5 was the other thing that they were thinking about.
That was the other move. I was kind of setting a trap there, because the other move would have lost. So
right, wow. So they nearly fell for your trick then.
Nearly fell for my trick.
Just like that. Like literally, like there was about 3 votes in it.
I know. Wow. 3 votes. I could have won the first game. Okay, well done everyone for finding that trick. Okay.
So does this mean you have a problem now?
I'm still okay.
Okay. All right.
Just maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to move my king, so you get me running now, guys. I'm a pawn down. My king is going to tuck itself away into the corner. So G8 to H8, and okay, I'm a little bit scared still, Mike. A little bit scared. Yeah, just a little, just a tad.
Okay.
So yeah. So yeah, that was a nasty trick I set up there. So everyone who voted for the last move, well done.
Yeah, there was people in the chat going, "No, stop, no!" Which is, I think, why that other move prevailed.
Obviously, some serious chess players here.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's... You see, this is the thing. This is what I'm thinking. I think that a good number of the people in this chat right now actually play chess. I would be highly surprised if they don't at this point, and they're all just flailing around and making these moves up.
I know, they know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing, yeah.
They do. They know their stuff.
Yeah. So this is this is getting very interesting. We've got two moves that are kind of at the top here. It's looking like one is prevailing. I'll give them another second or two just to see. Yeah, there's one that's obvious, so I'm gonna go for it.
Go for it.
It is D5 to D8.
Okay, taking my rook off the board.
To D8, straight down the line there, I believe.
Straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle, and you are, for the first time... So let me ask you a quick question before you do your move. I read it's rude to tell the other person that they are in check. Is this true?
It can be. I mean, it can be, because this is only when you get to tournament level and you're playing competitions that if you say check, you're meant to be silent when you play the game of chess. And if you keep saying check when you're in a tournament, it can actually be it's a little bit of etiquette. It can be seen as being rude. But to be honest, that's only when you get to playing tournaments at a high level, because otherwise the other guy might not notice it is check. So, yeah, maybe a little bit, Mike. Maybe a little bit.
So are you not meant to talk at all? You're meant to be just silent for the whole game?
Even
if it's 6 hours long?
Even if it's 6 hours long. That's
I mean, I don't know. You've only just been talking to me this week, but I think you can already tell that I can't play chess then, because I cannot keep silent for even a minute. So yeah, I mean, that's me out.
Yeah. By the way, I will go G5.
Yes.
Takes the rook on D8, and
okay.
Yeah, but there's a big tournament going on at the moment, and we've just had, obviously, the Olympics in Brazil happening, and at the moment they're having the Chess Olympics going on in Azerbaijan, in Baku.
Oh, wow.
And it's teams of, like, every country, basically, in the world has a team of 4 players. And the security there, Mike, is like getting onto an aeroplane, because there is so much cheating in chess now.
Oh, really?
It's a massive what am I trying to say? It's a massive problem. I was going to say that clever word.
So how do you cheat in chess? If the other person's just watching you, how can you cheat?
Computers now.
Oh, right.
And I think this happened, first of all, in the year, let me get this right, it was about the year 2000, around there, where computers overtook humans in chess intelligence, and that was meant to be in the AI, artificial intelligence world, a big turning point in history. Skynet coming in, computers have suddenly got stronger than humans at chess, and that was about 15 years ago, a massive turning point. And now there's been cases, really ingenious cases, Mike, of in chess tournaments, people using devices in their shoes that are basically tapping moves to them, and they're having hidden cameras, so the moves are getting sent back to their friend's computer. They on their foot, like Casino Job. It's like some crazy, like could be a film script.
I was gonna say, why has someone made a film of this? I would watch this.
It's kind of crazy, but it is like, Casino. Anyone who's seen the film Casino, or what's the one with Brad Pitt where they take over the casino?
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11. That's the one. Yeah, it's like an Ocean's 11 script. There was one famous case with a player in the French team who was a very strong grandmaster, and he was playing in a lot of tournaments, and he had his captain behind him watching the game, and while he was playing, his captain would stand in a certain place to indicate what move he should play.
No way.
And his captain was getting advice from a top-level computer into an inside earphone he had, and where he would stand would indicate the coordinates where the guy playing would have to move. So how bizarre is that? That's completely crazy, yeah?
I mean, wow, yeah.
It's insane.
It's funny because now that you said that, I'm like thinking, now that you've like opened that idea in my mind of the ways you could actually cheat, I'm now starting to think of ways to cheat in chess. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you should have thought of one right now.
I know. I should have done. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna stop the vote because it's H2
Okay.
to H3. They're moving a pawn up one.
Pawn up one. Okay, good stuff.
So,
Right. Okay. So certainly I'm on the back foot here. And now there's some ideas. So what am I going to go for, Mike? Okay.
do you want me to tell you at this point? Shall I do the
Yeah, Mike. Over to you, Mike.
Oh, well, I'm thinking... I have no idea. I don't even want to joke, you know. This kind of setup scares me.
It scares me as well. Okay, I'm going to go for... There's a couple of interesting little options here. And the move that I am just working out... At the moment, I'm trying to think of at least 4 moves ahead.
Exactly.
Looking at some possibilities.
Me too. Yeah, that's definitely happening.
We're on the same page, Mike.
Of course.
Good that we're on the same page.
Grandmasters for life.
Grandmasters for life. That's it. I'm going to go for thinking this position. Let's rock and roll. Let's get that queen back over where it should be. Shall we do that? Yeah,
Okay.
Why not? Let's go. Okay, D8
Yes.
to somewhere, Mike.
To somewhere. You are going to move it.
Okay.
Here's where you're going to move it. You're going to move it.
Let's see if you can guess where I'm going to move it. Come on.
You're going to move it. I'm thinking either you're going to move it to D5 or you're going to move it to...
Gary.
Oh, were you? Alright, I'm completely wrong then. I'm trying to move it up the D. You're moving it to G8, are you?
No, a G5. Let's go.
Oh, G5. Oh, G5.
Yeah.
That makes even more sense.
Yeah, let's bring it near. Let's bring it near the White King. Like,
G5.
we'll have it like.
There we go.
Okay.
Beautiful. Right.
Indeed. So yeah.
Let's see what how the chat responds to this.
Okay.
I feel like maybe I want to go back to my amazing list of questions again and distract you again because you're starting to you're starting to do well again. Now, I want to ask a question about how all the ranking stuff works. So, okay, as far as I'm aware, what you have to get a score of? Was it? This might be wrong. Is it 1,500 to become a grandmaster?
2,000.
2,500. My apologies.
That's
yeah.
one.
So okay, and that's an FIDE ranking. Is that right?
FIDE. Yeah. I mean, I suppose the easiest way to look at it is everyone sort of knows like tennis and stuff like that.
That was exactly what I was gonna say because I know tennis.
Yeah.
I was going to ask whether it was sort of a similar kind of ranking system to that, really.
It's exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same as tennis, and you have the governing body, which is in chess called FIDE, and in tennis, I don't even know what it is in tennis, Mike. Did you know what it is in tennis?
Oh no! Don't put me on the spot.
Let's do it.
The world. I'm making this up. I have no idea.
Okay, the World Tennis Organization.
The World Tennis something. That's what it is.
Okay. And yeah, it's the same thing, and it's like the ranking. You have to play a lot of chess, a lot of tournaments. If you win, you increase your ranking.
Yeah.
And you have to keep doing that. If you beat lots of grandmasters and get to a certain level, then you become a grandmaster, basically. So.
Okay. Right, I've got more questions about this, but I'm going to stop the vote for a second because they have obviously gone for A7, F7. So let me do this. A7, which is their queen.
Okay.
And they are moving it to F7 next to the bishop, I believe. Make sure I'm doing that right. F7.
There's no retreating anymore for these guys.
No, they are going for it now. Right. What are you thinking now, Simon? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking now. I would like to get into an ending.
Okay.
Maybe because that queen, the white queen and bishop are on that horrible diagonal. You can see them pointing towards my king. So I'm, just a little bit thinking, what should I do about that? So I could go for an ending. I could try to exchange queens here.
Okay.
And that should probably end in a draw, actually, because we have this thing called opposite kind of bishops. It's a bit chess geeky, technical.
Okay. I'll have to ask you about that in a second because I have no idea what that is. You're going to have to explain that to me.
We'll go for that in a minute. But I'm just thinking, do I have a more interesting option here? I hope so. I hope so. So,
I mean, if you are saying to me right now that you might try and end this on a draw, is that you worrying that you might not be able to pull a win out of this?
nah, that's me bluffing, Mike. Okay, we're gonna go E5,
E5, the pawn,
Let's
to
go.
E4, moving up to the rook.
Oh dear.
Oh,
No, too late now. I've said it.
too late. Oh no, have you made a mistake? Oh no. Oh
late.
no.
Mike, it's too late.
I mean, we said earlier the rule was that if you said both of them,
I know,
that
I
was as
said
if you'd
both.
done the move.
I said
So,
both. I was trying to keep the queens on. I was trying to do something a bit clever, but
uh-oh.
there's always another game. Hey, Mike.
Oh
There's always
no!
another game.
Have I just completely distracted you with the ranking stuff?
I think you just totally threw me. Totally threw me. You put me off kill. I blame it on you, sir.
No.
I blame it on you, sir.
Oh
Mike.
no.
I'll let you off this time, Mike.
Yeah? Oh, thanks. Oh man, well I'm excited now to see what happens here. I bet you're less excited.
I'm terrified actually. And the first game, the Grandmaster, you know,
Yeah.
goes, but well, let's just see what happens first, yeah.
Okay, yep, let's see. Maybe they won't spot it. Maybe they won't spot
Yeah,
it.
I don't know what I was thinking there. It was
No.
the mind block. Sometimes we all get mind blocks, I think. And
Yeah,
I'm getting my excuses in again.
Yeah, exactly. Well, get the
Yeah.
excuses in, and that's the way that you win life, really.
That's the way we hustle our way.
As
So
long
yeah.
as you're always making excuses for everything that ever happens, then when it goes wrong, you've got an excuse, and when it goes right, it's a beautiful disaster. So, right, let's stop the vote because
Yeah, let's get ready for the next
you
one. eh?
you think have a guess what you think they've gone for? What do you think? What move do you think they've
Well,
gone?
let's see what they've gone for. Cause
Alright.
I'm worried about one.
They've gone E3, E4.
Get in there! I tricked you.
Was that all a ruse?
That was all a ruse.
Oh,
That was all. That was all.
oh, what are you
Us
doing
GMs.
to me?
We
You-
can do it. Okay.
No!
C8, C1 check.
Hang on, what's
Bang.
happening here? What's
Sorry.
happening here? Say it again, say it again. Oh my god.
Okay, C8, C1 check.
So the rook,
The rook comes swinging into action
and what was the second move again?
all the way to the end of the board. C1, and we'll give
C1.
you a check here.
C1.
And,
I am quadruple checking this now, so it's all the way to the
Indeed,
top, so you put him in
indeed.
check at the top, correct?
That's the one, Mike. That's the one.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Right.
Well, I have, I think, at least a draw here. I can force a draw. I can force a draw, but maybe I have more, Mike. Maybe I have more. You know,
Doing to me?
I think I have, because if you repeat position 3 times in chess, it's a draw.
Is that what you did? Right, got it. Got
And,
it, okay.
Calculated a couple of moves ahead here that I have at least a draw now, if you guys defend correctly.
Okay.
So let's see if I can defend this one correctly. Did you like that hustle, Mike?
Do you know what? I did like it, but also you just. It's not good for my heart. This I don't know. It's fine. I'm over it now. I'm clearly not over it, but that was. Oh my goodness.
Well, I did warn everyone earlier on. Anyone's been in stream.
I
the whole
know.
time.
Do you know what?
did
As well,
say-
I have such
did
respect because I like to think I'm good at bluffing, but that was an incredible bluff. I thought you were actually really scared then. So that is an amazing bluff. Congratulations. I'm going to immediately stop the vote because nearly everybody has done the same thing. It is G1 to H2.
Okay.
So they have gone G1 to H2, which is moving the king out. Well, the only move the king can do. And in fact, I believe the only move they could have... they could have moved the bishop or the rook up, I guess. But
Sure. I'm
yeah.
going to go G7, E5, check
You are going G7 with your bishop.
to E5
To
with a little cheeky check there. With a little cheeky check.
Cheeky
should we
check.
say. With a little cheeky check.
Cheeky
And then
check.
Let's see what will happen here. So this is a critical move.
So as far as I'm aware at this point, they can't move the king right now because he is now blocked. They're going to have to move another piece in the way,
Yeah.
or they're going to have to take you, essentially, at this point.
Yeah, they're going to have to block or take there. I mean, when you're in check, for any beginners out there, there's 3 things you have to think of. First thing, can you take the piece that's checking you? The second thing is, can you block the check? And the last thing is, can you escape with your king? So they're the 3 options there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
How are you finding this being able to say, like, do things like that out loud? Do this, like, bluffing thing? Because, of course, as we just said, normally you're not allowed to talk during games. So this must be a little bit different for you right now.
It certainly is, yeah. It's certainly a bit different here to talk out loud. I mean, I'm actually now doubting myself whether I've calculated did I just actually trick myself?
Right,
there?
so listen, I'm not falling for this anymore. I'm not listening to you saying that
Okay,
because
sorry,
I'm just going to think
sorry,
this is
Mike.
like a quadruple bluff at this point.
It could be. I could just be getting desperate and hoping that something goes a bit pear-shaped.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because the vote that the vast majority of people are doing here is G2, G3. So, G2, which is the pawn, to G3.
Okay, now,
Yes.
this is a highly complex position. And when I first looked at this, I did not consider that move. So, I'll be honest. I think
Hello. So the chat has done the right thing here.
the chat has done a grand thing, apparently. Okay, so I'm going to go for, I believe, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. You know, maybe. Let's just check. Oh, hello. Sorry.
Is that you finding something?
This is me trying to work out like a quite a long combination here, and
Okay.
I'm trying to get it to work. And
I mean, people in the chat right now are all saying that they've lost. They're all saying
Really?
that they
Oh,
should
well.
resign and forfeit right now.
oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cheers.
So,
Thank you for the game.
so what I'll do is let's do a couple more moves, and
No,
then if it looks like, because maybe I don't know how long you're thinking it's going to take you to
Okay.
possibly
Yeah,
win here, but we'll see
Well,
what happens.
it's getting very interesting. I'm not sure I'm completely winning yet, but I'm going to go for H4, takes
H4.
G3 check. And I think if I do win this game, then it has literally all been on that little trick that people
Okay.
trusted me. So there's a lesson to be learned. Never trust a grandmaster. So if I do win.
I
Maybe
completely
I'm still
trusted you as well, though.
Sorry, Mike.
I can't
Sorry.
believe it. I'll never trust a chess player again.
No,
That's
don't ever
it
trust a
now.
chess player.
I've
No.
lost all the trust. Oh my god. This has been like some ridiculous roller coaster. So I've
been
opened the vote again.
It's been emotional.
It has been incredibly emotional. I'm excited as well to do another game. I really want to get enough time to do 3 games in because I
Sure.
desperately want to see you play blindfold. I think that would be incredible.
It would be quite crazy.
yeah.
We can make it happen. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
If I can win this game first. So actually,
Yeah.
you know, I'm trying to check every move. So I'm trying to keep my attack rolling. Because in chess, when you get initiative, it's like, you know, it's like boxing, tennis. You want to keep the pressure on your opponent. So I think this is good. I think I pulled off my trap.
Well, what's happened here is that they have unanimously gone for H2 G2.
It's the only move because if you'd have taken the pawn, it's checkmate immediately because I'd have gone queen takes pawn checkmate. So in this position, I was planning to go G3 takes F2 discovered check.
So say that again for me. G3,
Takes the pawn on F2.
F2.
And this creates another check because that
Right.
was,
Yeah.
kind of like an ambush check there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now I need to.
And of course, if you, I'm sure everybody in the chat knows this already, but of course, if you spend one of your moves moving that pawn down another space, you can then turn it into any other. You can promote it into any other piece that you want at that point.
That's right. Yeah, if you get a pawn to the other end of the board, then
Yeah.
you can
So
turn.
let me ask you a question about that.
Yeah.
Realistically, is there any reason to ever not choose a queen?
In some cases, there is. Yeah, I mean the queen is the most powerful piece. So when you get your pawn to the other end of the board, you normally want to get back your most powerful piece. But
Sure.
in certain positions, you might want to get a knight because it creates a check. You know, you might check your opponent's king, so you keep
Sure.
the attack going. And there's also a thing called stalemate, Mike, which is a draw, which a lot of people are not sure about stalemate.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So I
Yeah.
think, from as far as I'm aware, stalemate is where the other player just cannot make a move, but they're not in check. I mean, is that
That's
right?
right,
If
that's right.
any move that they would do would then force them to move into check.
Yeah, it's the same as checkmate, but the player is not in check. So
Right.
therefore, it's a draw if it's a stalemate.
Got
So,
it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to stop the vote because
Okay.
G2 F2 has won here. So G2 to F2. Let me make sure I'm getting this right because this is incredibly important. F2 is taking the pawn, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Now I just need a little bit of time to think. You can put me off as much as you want, Mike.
I will absolutely put you off.
Because this is a highly complex position. I think.
Okay, let me ask you like a really. Let me see if I can find a really. Here's a question that actually will make you have to think. Do you have a rival? Is there like someone who is your rival, who people know that the two of you face off and it's a big deal?
Not really anymore. I mean, there used to be when I was like fighting for the British Championships. So there used to be a pair of twins actually. They were called the Pert twins, and they're actually twins, and they both played chess. And their rivalry was excellent. You know, it was really interesting. I mean, for myself, not so much a rival. I don't really have an individual rival at the moment. You know, because I lose to everyone. So,
okay, nice.
Right, I'm really trying to put the nail in the coffin here, but you know, this is still
because this is the bit of the game, right, where you're looking for the win, but it's kind of one false move and they might be able to force a draw.
Well, I lose, yeah. If I play the wrong move here, then I certainly lose the game. So I kind of feel instinctively there'd be a win, but I have to be honest. When I went for this combination originally, I didn't see the checkmate. So I'm just seeing if there is a checkmate. Maybe people in the chat can try to work it out as well. But I can't.
Because that queen that they've got going on there is a bit dangerous, really, isn't it?
Yeah. If I don't checkmate white, I will lose the game. So it's kind of.
Okay.
This is
no pressure then. No pressure.
Yeah. This is like kind of situation. Oh, careful. Okay. So I'm trying to find it, but okay. Now, where is it? No, I don't know, Mike. I don't know. Maybe I haven't quite done this correctly. Okay. So,
I'm giving you time now because this is the important one.
This is the important move. In every game of chess, you have that little critical moment, where anything can turn. You know. So I'm thinking now. Oh dear, this is really key, but I can't see it, Mike. I can't. Okay, I'll play a move. I'll go G5, G3 check.
G5 the queen
to G3
check. Okay. G3 again. I'm just quadruple checking.
That's the one.
Okay.
And when White is thinking about the move, I'm going to try to do a little bit of calculation now.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to try it.
Shall I just banter to myself while you're trying to calculate? Do you know what I can do? While you're thinking, I'll do all of my spiel really quickly. How does that sound to you?
It sounds perfect to me, Mike.
So, to the people who are watching, if you've joined the stream recently and you don't know what's going on, the game that you are watching right now is Pure Chess Grandmaster Edition. It came out on Steam and Xbox One today. And right now, the thing that you are watching is we're playing a version that we like to call Twitch Plays Pure Chess. Now, normally, when we stream this on our channel, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, normally it would be me playing against you guys and you typing moves into the chat. However, today, for the launch, we decided we needed to ramp it up and make it, a lot more exciting. Than just playing against an idiot like me. So we got Simon Williams, a real grandmaster, to join us, and he's now been playing against you guys. But yeah, this is Pure Chess Grandmaster Edition. It is it's £9.99 on Steam, but it does have a 25% discount right now. And you can play online. There's single player against 10 levels of AI. There are puzzles. There are tournaments. There's just tons. So, and obviously, as you can see, it's super duper pretty. So if you're into chess, then you might want to be checking that out. I should also say, I don't know if I've actually said this yet. There is a prize if you guys manage to beat Simon. If you guys manage to beat Simon, we're going to give you all a free game. We're going to give every single person who is watching a free Ripstone game. So it won't be Pure Chess, but we have codes ready, and we are going to fire a code at every single person who is watching. So you do have a bit of incentive to win here. I mean, for me, just beating a grandmaster at chess, I think, would be enough. But you're gonna get a free game as well. So, I mean, you can't really argue with that, can you? Right. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the vote because the chat has gone for.
I have to say, Mike, I just realised I played a bad move, my last move during my calculations, and I think now again it's gone back in favour of the Twitch chat. I should have.
Oh, really?
I should have moved my queen to another square there. That was a silly mistake, and I'm struggling here to calculate the move I should play on my next move. So.
Well, shall I tell you the move that they've done, so you can
only one move
factor
possible
it
here.
in? Yeah, well, they're going to move their king away to e2.
Yeah.
Is what they're going to do.
Okay.
So.
You could be giving a lot of games away today, Mike. Do you realise that?
Yeah. Is it not looking good?
Again, it's gone wrong. I mean, this position looked beautiful, but there's it's gone a bit wrong now. I played a bad move, my last move, and that's not a bluff. That is actually the truth. Okay. So. And it's funny that okay, I can't see it, Mike. Can't see it.
No.
Can't see the good move here.
I mean, I have no idea right now. I'm looking at it and just thinking. I mean, having said that, I mean, you probably can, but I can't see like an easy way for them to win either right now. It looks like they'd have to pull off, you know, at least a few moves to actually get you in checkmate here.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they are threatening checkmate. If it was White's move here, the queen can move down to the g8 square, and that'd be checkmate. So if
of course it would, yeah.
So if I don't do something really quick here, then it will end in checkmates. And the problem I have here, I've been looking at a lot of stuff here, but I can't actually work out the best or what I should play here.
I mean, I think I can see a move that you're probably considering that would get you out of harm's way here, but I guess would put you in a position where you're going to find it more difficult to actually then take the victory against them.
Yeah, I can go in defensive mode here, so I can move my rook all the way
exactly.
back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I could do that, but because I'm attacking, I'm trying to see if there is a like forced way to win the game.
Got you.
So I'm trying to like look ahead a little bit. I've got loads of checks of my queen, loads of checks of my rook, but all the moves that I'm seeing at the moment are not actually leading me anywhere, and that was a silly mistake I actually did on the last move.
Because you essentially moved your queen into a place where the queen can't really. It is because it's surrounded by pieces now. It doesn't have as much movement, right? It's sort of stuck there. It
is indeed, yeah, and it's so I might have to go on defensive unless I can, you know, because I'm looking at some checks on with my but I think I'll hurry it up maybe. I might have to now. I think White's back in the game because I might have to move this rook backwards. So let's do it, Mike. I'm gonna have to go defensive.
So you're going. Yeah. I assume you're going c1 to c8.
All the way back.
All the way back to c8
because I messed up my last move and Mike, you tricked me. I blame it on you, Mike.
Hey, listen, you tricked me earlier in the stream, so this was some kind of weird revenge. Even though I didn't do anything, I somehow just got revenge for that. So that's good.
Trickery all round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've got around about 500 people watching now, so the number of people watching is increasing, which I don't know if that's going to mean there's going to be more chaos or there's going to be, you know, it'll be interesting to see.
It could be the time. Yeah, they smell GM blood.
Oh, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. Yeah.
GM blood. I'm gonna get the sweats on soon. And gonna panic.
I'll tell you what though. There's a number of different moves being voted for right now. It's a little bit fractured.
I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm just going to pop away for a second, but I will be back extremely quickly.
Okay, so, that's fine. That's fine. I'll see you in a second.
Okay. See you in a second.
And while you're gone, I'm gonna heckle you while you're gone. It's gonna be great. Wow, guys, you're doing well. Let's keep this up. I'm excited about this. He looks like he's on the back foot, doesn't he? I'm proud of all of you. If you win, I just need to repeat this. If you win, you're all going to get a free Steam game. It's going to be a random Ripstone game from our back catalogue. So if you don't know us, we've got tons of games. We've got obviously we've got Pure Chess. We've also got we do Pure Pool. We've got Pure Hold'em. We've got an amazing game called Ironcast, which I'm sure a bunch of you heard about. There's loads of games that we have. Also, I need to tell you about, so we stream all of the damn time. We have so much fun streaming. This isn't our first stream. This isn't our first rodeo. We stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 o'clock UK time, which I guess is sort of 8 a.m. West Coast. And that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please come along and get involved with us. We do a lot of sort of interaction with the chat, etc. We do a bunch of the things like this. So hopefully you guys will come along. Right. Hi, Simon. How's it going? Oh, I can't hear you. Unmute.
Is that better?
That's better.
That's better. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I just had to mute myself because I was swearing so much.
Yeah.
I
You're
went to the room
in the
next
background
door.
going.
Yeah, basically, I was like, F this and all this.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I'm back, it's all okay, Mike.
Perfect.
So I've had my swear.
Well, let me tell you the next move that they are doing to you to make you feel terrible again.
Okay,
maybe, or maybe better. It is E4, C4, which is the rook, E4 to C4, which is on line with your rook, I believe. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mike.
Okay.
That's correct.
Again, I'm just having to quadruple check everything because if I'm the one who messes this up, then I'm going to cry myself to sleep at night. So,
I have to say this is a very tense game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how long have we been playing? An hour and
yeah.
Is this
Hour
serious?
and 40 we've been playing. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Governor. Okay, all right. Well, I will speed it up. C8 to D8 because now sometimes you play with your victims.
C8.
And it's all been a ruse.
D8.
Surely.
Are you saying this has been a ruse again?
No. I'm just playing with people's emotions.
So it's C8, so you're moving it one space to the side.
That's right.
To D8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Definitely.
Right.
And
okay. Let's see what they vote for now.
I have to say, Mike, this is one of the most stressful games I've ever had. I mean, I've played, in chess, often you play like for 2 weeks in a tournament, and the money prize always comes down to the last game, so you play one game a day, you're on the last day. If you win the game, you might win like serious money. If you lose the game, you don't get any money. They were stressful, but Mike, you put me under this very serious.
So I was going to say this to you, so when I've been playing this, I have actually, by the end of the stream, I have felt so stressed out. And I was going to ask you, like, after you played a game of this, is this stress? And why do you think this feels so stressful playing it this way against the Twitch chat? Because I couldn't explain it to other people.
I think it's like the pressure, isn't it? It's like there's minds of how many people, 460 people against us, against me here, and and they can win a game as well. You're giving them free stuff to win. I mean, we are going to obviously play another game after this.
Yeah.
And stuff, whatever the result. But it's kind of stressful, and they say you lose a lot of weight through stress when you play chess. And I can understand that.
I've gone down a trouser size just watching this, so I'm going to leave the vote going a little bit because there is massive numbers of votes going on here for very different things.
I mean, you say you've gone down a trouser size. I'm not even going to talk about my underpants at the moment. We'll just leave them for now, shall we? We'll leave them out the equation. That's actually, I went to change them a second ago.
That's where you went.
Yeah,
that's where you went. I thought so. I wasn't gonna say, but that's what I thought.
Yeah, fresh pair.
Now I am going to stop the vote.
Okay.
There's actually a lot of fracturing, but there's one. Oh, maybe I'll leave it a sec. No, I am going to stop the vote because there's one which is slightly higher than all the others, and that move is C4, G4. C4 to G4, just above your queen there. G4, double checking. That's right. So,
Okay, right. Okay. Okay. So, God, so complicated this position. And what do I do here, Mike? Now,
Wow.
sound effect. Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm thinking of two moves here, so I'll tell everyone what I'm actually thinking of as I do it.
Okay.
My queen is obviously being attacked, so if everyone's looking at this position, I'm even thinking I move my queen to d3 with check,
Okay.
or I move it to h2 with check. So I'm just trying to work out what will then occur if I move the queen to both of those squares, because
What was the so it was either D3 or what was the other one it could possibly be?
H2.
H2. Got you.
H2.
Okay.
So I'm trying to now work out.
So if you move it to D3, he can't take you then with his king because your rook is kind of defending him. If you move to H2 there, you also have you've still got your bishop guarding him. But also, I don't think he can actually take you at that point, right? So he'd have to either block or move his king.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I think I found the move now, and I think I found the win here.
Okay. Here we go.
Before.
Yeah. No, let's not say that. Let's.
Okay, I'm going to go to D3, Mike. The
You're going to go.
Swing.
Queen
to D3.
is going to go to D3. D3.
Yeah.
Go.
And of course, when you're playing situations like this, if you're in a real game, you'd have to just. This is where you have to look ahead, and you have to try far ahead as you can possibly see.
I mean, there was people in the chat then saying that they hoped you were going to do the other move to D2,
Okay.
and then when you didn't, they all went like that.
Oh, really?
So obviously, it seems like you've made the right move there, according to the chat.
See, the thing is, Mike, I'm so stressed out here. I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm just thinking. I'm
stressed out for you. I'm stressed out myself. This is oh god. It's like simultaneously amazing and also horrible all at the same time.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's stressful. Let's just put it there. So
But the thing is, I don't even know. Like, I haven't got a horse in this race to be. I don't know if I want you to win or them to win. Because if you win, then that's amazing for like the Grandmaster. But if they win, then it's also amazing for the chat. It's very difficult to know. Now, I'm going to stop the vote because an obvious move has come in here. Everybody has gone for E2 to F2.
Yeah.
Which is the king moving to F2.
I think that's the only move to.
Well, actually, could. Oh, okay. I was going to say they could move to E1, couldn't they?
Yeah, I think if they go to E1, the bishop would come down and check. Maybe people saw that in the chat. So yeah, they picked the best move. Very good play again.
Okay.
And I have to say, okay, so I've just got to work out what I was actually thinking now, Mike.
Okay.
Because you lose your track, then it's okay. So I
don't feel like I want to distract you anymore. I need to let this play out at this point. I'll distract you in the next game.
Okay. So I got two moves again. So I'm just going to say the way I'm thinking. The two moves I'm looking at now, which I did calculate this before, is queen to D2 check or bishop to D4 check.
So you are say those again. So you're saying queen at D3, and what was the first move?
That's moving that queen one square forwards was one move I was looking at, and the other move is moving the bishop to check. Now, when I first looked at this, I think I thought the bishop was good, so I'm just going to double check. That is the move that I was happy with.
So that there is E5 to D4, right?
Yeah, so I'm just, in my mind, just double checking.
Sure.
But also the other move could be very strong as well. So I'm trying to find a finish now. And let me just...
I mean, for me, it's fascinating that literally they have always been one move away from beating you, right? All they've ever had to do is move the queen. But, of course, after you move that rook down, then it just blew their whole plan apart.
Yeah. It's been like if it's one move, and then white will win this game. So it is... okay, so I think I see a mate. I'm just trying to double check it.
Yeah, go for it. People in the chat are going, oh, loud noises, distract him.
Okay, so I think it probably is checkmate in 5 moves, I think.
Oh, hello.
We'll try it.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and play Well, it could be 6 moves, but okay, let's go d3 to d2 check.
D2. Oh, so you're actually moving the queen up rather than okay.
Yeah. Just gonna. I'm
So
gonna go
D2,
for this.
did you say?
Yeah.
D2, right. Got it.
So we'll try this one.
Okay. Check.
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 Do you not really, when you're playing against in competitions, do you not really just want to shout out check when you put people in check? Because I would 100% do that, and it would be phenomenal every time. And then you'd become known as the guy who shouted check.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't last long in the competition. You get thrown out. Unfortunately, because that's the silly rules. But I reckon they should have a chess tournament where you can banter against the other player.
Why do they not do that? Do you know what else would be interesting? Yeah. Do you ever play against other people who are Czech? They are actually Czech, and so then they get to say Czech, and everyone has a great laugh, and then we all go home.
Well, the best times are like pub chess. This is the best time to play chess. Down the pub, take the board down there. You can trash talk. You can do all this down the pub. But I mean, competitions are really tense. They're really, really tense. I mean, you see some very strange things happening to humans when they're playing, because it's all quiet. There could be like 400 or 500 people playing in one big hall in a competition, and there's no noise whatsoever except for the ticking sometimes of the clock.
Sure.
But now the clock is digital, so you don't even hear that. So if someone sneezes in 500 people,
geez.
you're like,
I have just forgotten the next 10 moves that I was going to do. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And sometimes, if someone's wearing the wrong kind of shoes, or you've had this, people complaining his shoes are too loud when he walks.
I don't know about you, but I hate people that wear the wrong shoes.
Yeah.
They are 100% the worst human beings. Now, I'm going to stop the vote.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
F2, F3 has won here.
Okay.
So this is moving the king up one. And you don't sound very perplexed by that.
Checkmate in 2 moves now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So D8, D3, check.
D8, so the rook.
Yeah, that
and you're
comes
moving
down.
it to D3, did you say?
That was coming all the way in.
All the way to D3. D3. There we go.
In like Errol Flynn.
Uh-oh. Chat, it's not looking good.
Uh-oh.
So, okay, at this point...
Oh, God, I survived the bullet.
At this point, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how much of this has been a facade? How actual close were you just to losing this?
Oh, Mike, it was all under control the whole way. I thought I'd just play along, make it interesting.
Yeah, of course.
Just a little bit of, play along for emotions, Because, I'm looking for my next acting role quite soon.
In Chess the movie?
Chess the movie, yeah.
Chess the movie, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, it looks pretty bad now, and I think there's only one move that White can play in the position, but then...
Everybody in the chat right now is either doing a move. There's so many people saying, offer a draw, offer a draw. Well, if they were to offer you a draw right now, what would you say?
I would say, could you play your move first, please? And I will consider it with an open mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's you not accepting the draw.
Yeah.
Sorry, Twitch chat. He's not accepting the draw.
Yeah.
But there is a move that everybody is making. And that is F3, E4. So, F3 to E4, which is here. And was that the only move they could have made at that point?
The only move they could have made. And now I have a very pleasant choice here.
Oh, yeah.
There's 3 different ways I can checkmate here.
I mean, that just feels like overkill at this point.
It does, yeah. Okay. D2 to E3.
So you're saying D2...
to E3.
To E3. Let me quadruple check this. That's the space just above the king, right? From our perspective.
And here the t-shirt comes up.
Oh, yeah. E3.
Right in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, anyway.
Well done. Well done.
That was tense.
Grandmaster wins. That felt like it was really close.
No, I was just playing along. It was easy enough way. Just adding the tension there.
Well, nearly. Congratulations, chat. You nearly did it. We're going to do another game now.